Here's this week's non-Eurocentric news in under 90 seconds. Kenya is the latest country witnessing rolling protests against soaring living costs, a country whose state is in the palm of the US-dominated International Monetary Fund. Costs in Kenya began to spiral when the IMF doled out its latest assistance package on the condition that the Kenyan government cut spending. With that, President William Ruto slashed subsidies for essential goods like fuel and maize, just as the global prices for these things were shooting up. So remember, the next time you see a headline about protests in Kenya, this really isn't a local issue. Kenyans are joined by people across the global south paying the price for capitalism's neo-colonial parasites, like the IMF. This year has been the bloodiest on record in the occupied West Bank since the second intifada in 2000. We've seen Israeli pogroms, deadly raid after deadly raid on Palestinian neighborhoods, and a massive escalation of occupation and ethnic cleansing by Israel's new extremist government. So is there any surprise that a new poll shows more than half of Palestinians expect a new intifada to interrupt? Now, does anyone get the feeling that France is going out of its way to piss off people across the African continent? In Burkina Faso, there soon won't be anything French left to ban. This week, Burkina authorities suspended the state-owned France 24 over its interview with the leader of Al-Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb. Can you imagine the BBC interviewing bin Laden during the height of the so-called war on terror? Burkina Faso says the French channel is acting as a mouthpiece for Al-Qaeda in a country where the conflict with Al-Qaeda-linked fighters has killed and displaced thousands.